Hello, everyone. Welcome to Polly's Pretties. This is our Wednesday live. Tonight, I thought we would try and do something a little different. No real coloring technically, and no scrapbooking this time. So let me get my welcomes typed in, and then we'll go into what we're going to do. All right. So I thought tonight we would make a card, and we're going to make this kind of more whimsical, or at least I hope. Um, so I have my foam tape, my double-sided tape, a permanent tape runner, scissors. I've picked 6 markers. They're all in the same set, and these are twin tone markers. And I thought we could use these for the colors. I've got my sentiment right here. We're going to work with it. I've got the stamped image area. We're going to work with it. I've got lace. We're going to work with it. I've got another background piece. We're going to work with that, and that should give you a hint. And then I've got the card base and the card insert. So what I thought we would do tonight is make a pretty little card. Now, do I know which way for sure everything's going to end up? No. We're going to try it, work with it, and see how it goes. So let's go ahead and get down here to the desk. Let's start working, because there's a little bit that I want to do. So let me get you. Yeah, you should be okay there. All right, so let's move this first. We don't need that right now. Let's go ahead and open. I had a glittery piece on my card. Let's go ahead and open our card, and then here you're going to see my white insert. I want to use that in case, writing a message. And I think for it, I'm just going to go ahead and use my permanent adhesive here. I just think it'll work better in this spot. Some places, no, I wouldn't put this adhesive, but for what I'm doing here, I definitely will. All right, now we can just pick this up, turn our card so that's open, place our white writing area, hopefully, into our card like so. And then make sure we press it down to make sure that the permanent adhesive adheres. Okay, so that's the inside of our card. Done. All right, so we're done with that part. Now, the next part I want to do is move that, and we're going to adhere this lace to this purple part. Why? I want it to be a little different than any other card, so that's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is flip this part over. I'm going to run double-sided tape if I can find the end. Maybe. There we go. Oh, well, no. I thought that was the end. Why is it not coming up, though? Aha, there's the end. I knew there was an end here somewhere. Anyway, we're going to put it along this purple seam, just like so. Just like so. And we're going to go all along the purple seam, where the ribbony part kind of comes in on the lace. All right, we're going to move that. We're going to make sure that we press this in place. And hopefully we'll remove just the white paper backing. And everything else will stay in place. Let me see. Maybe. I don't know if that's going to be okay. Maybe? Sometimes it takes a minute to get the tape and the backing away from each other. Alrighty, there we are. Now I'm going to put mine about midway, just to make sure. And get this away from there. I don't want that there yet. Okay. Alright, just to make sure that that sticks. Then we're going to flip it over, and I'm actually going to attach this to the back like this, because I want it to stay on the card. So there. Now, that being said, we have that piece kind of ready. So we can either take double-sided tape or a permanent adhesive. I think I'm going to run a permanent adhesive part again, at least around the top here, and then around the bottom down here. Okay. Then pick this up, pull my card base down. We're going to center as best we can this onto our base, making sure to press and get this all nice and stuck to it. So here's what we have thus far. We have our card base with our white writing panel, and we have the top piece there. Next, we're going to lay this aside. This can now go aside for a minute, and we're going to bring in the part that we stand. Okay, so we are up to this part, which means it's time to color this in. I do not want normal colored mushrooms right now. So I think what we might do, since our background, I think we're going to do yellow and purple mushroom, or yellow and purple, yellow and orange is what I meant to say. I think the mushroom itself is going to be this orange, and I think the spots will be the yellow. Now, if I can remember which end is what. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do as far as our mushrooms go. And then there's a little bit of grass here, which I will do green. And there's some pebbles on some of these. So what I'll do is color those in a little different too. So I don't think we want orange pebbles. So what I'm going to do now is just work on getting the mushroom part colored. Okay. The orange is actually turning out really pretty. And I'm also going to do my little mushrooms the same. We're going kind of whimsical for this card. That's fine. Whimsical isn't a bad thing. Sometimes thinking a little different and not being so make everything as it should or as you know it to be can be fun. Okay. I think this will be a pretty cute card when it's finished. At least that's the hope. Okay. Slow getting there. Hello, Marlene. How are you, dear? Tonight we're making a card. We've got the base card kind of done. This is going to be the next stage, getting this colored in and designed up. So, how has your Wednesday been? Ours was definitely quiet, thank goodness. I think we all just needed a quiet Wednesday. So, I was watching some Gordon Ramsay hotel. How should I put that next word? Heck. There we go. Hotel Heck. That's not really what it's called, but I'm sure you can substitute the word. And boy, he's definitely an interesting kind of guy. Not quite the original jerk that I thought he was. So there's our first set of mushrooms. I don't think they look too bad. I'm going to flop out, I think, that one and change its colors just to be a little different. And like I said, to keep with the fantasy theme. Go ahead and get this guy. And it's set, done. No, this was Hotel That. It's where he goes, and these hotels are just, oh my word, they're awful. They're horrid. I would not spend an hour in them, let alone a night. Ugh. Um, and he rescues the hotels. Like he gets with the owners and talks to them and fixes, like after making them see the error of their ways. He goes in and he fixes it. Um, and oh wow, like he's just not who I thought he was. Like, oh goodness, I'm so used to Gordon yelling at everybody, um, and being just mean almost. Uh, so I was not used to the side of him that I've seen during this, like hotel renovation, helping people out so they don't lose their businesses and their livelihoods, and it's a lot different than the Gordon Ramsay that I thought I knew. Which is pleasantly surprising actually. Um, but yeah, like, oh my goodness. I mean, like there was one owner, he had to whoosh. Ooh, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Unfortunately, with things that have come up with my son and his girlfriend, I don't figure we'll see them this summer. Um, her car went kaput completely. They had to actually have it towed away. So they're having to. They did Uber for a while. Not Uber. I don't know what it's called out there. Anyway, but it's kind of like an Uber for a while. And then they did a rental car for a bit. Both of those got real expensive real quick. So now they have friends that they've helped, move and different odd things that are giving them rides back and forward to work, and to grocery stores and stuff so that they can get what they need. But as far as a car, they tried to get a loan, and wherever they were going through declined the loan. So, don't know how they're going to go about getting the car right now. So it's stressful for them. No car, and they're used to going and doing as they need when they need. Um, so they need to get a car. That's one of the big things right now. Um, they're in good spirits though. I mean, as far as like everything else, they're in good spirits. Um, the car just is a bit of a headache, to be honest. So I get that. Um, so we probably won't get to see them this summer, unfortunately. Am I thrilled about that? Not in the slightest. But things happen, and we all know that. It's not. Life is not an exact science. Technically, it's do what you can when you can, kind of thing. Um, so it means a lot more phone calls, which are okay. Phone calls are good. They keep you updated and keep everybody sane. But it means that I have to wait longer to see them. Not thrilled about the wait. I'm not. I will be honest. I'm not good at waiting. I'm really not. Um, I've never been good at waiting. So I don't think it's getting better with age. If anything, I think it might be getting worse. So, but we've had plenty of talks, and I'm updating them on what's going on here, and they update me on what's going on out there, and so I'm sure that eventually things will get figured out. Okay, so there's my main mushrooms. I'm going to go ahead and color this one in, but like I said, I'm going to turn the colors around. I'm going to reverse this middle mushroom. So And there's a reason I'm keeping these mushrooms kind of different colored. When I show the card base again, it will make probably a lot more sense. And I don't want the atypical mushrooms are red and they have tan spots. No. Plus mushrooms, I don't know what color they really are. Probably this weird. Well, I do and I don't. It depends on the mushroom, I guess. But I guess they're like a tan, technically, like a off-white, creamy kind of color, I guess. Okay, so there's that, and then we're gonna come back in and we'll do the little spots this color. All right. Now we can come in and do our grass. So these stamps are some stamps I've had sitting around in the craft room probably way too long. I've had them a good while. At first, when I got them, I thought I was going to use them for one thing. That didn't happen. And so I thought, okay, I'm getting these out, and I'm going to make a card with them tonight. Because I was also cleaning some more in the craft room, organizing a bit more, things like that. And these were some of the things that I needed to pull from one of my crates, because as they're sitting in the crate, they're getting the top of the stamp set kind of smushed, I guess might be the word. And I really didn't want my stamps smushed. So, all right, so there's our grass. And we're going to have, I think, blue rock. So, thank you. I am trying to make this more fantasy than I normally might. The idea is to keep it kind of on the fantasy run anyway. Not go so real life, I guess. Okay, so there's our mushrooms. And I'm going to show you the background of this card. So the back, I made the card itself. That's why it's bigger. And then on the front, so far, I've got this paper and I've got this lace going across. And then on the inside, we've got our white panel where we can write. So the idea is to color this in. Out of there. Get it finished up. I'm going to pop this up on foam tape. Okay, and then I've got a sentiment we're going to add to this, but I want to finish getting my other coloring done. I am going to have to go out of my little set of markers here for skin, I think, because I do want her skin at least semi-normal. But let's see, what color hair do you have, lady? I got to be careful not to make her purple, because I always want to grab for that purple. I'm real bad about wanting to grab that purple marker. Did I give you red hair? You know what? I'm going to give her purple flower, so I am going to grab for that purple, but only for the flower here. Now that I sit here and think about this, we're going to kind of go off the beaten path tonight. So, okay. 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 And then, of course, our flower is going to have green leaves. So, okay. And then there's a little leaf down there. I don't really think I want to use any more orange that close. I don't want to give you normal colored hair, Chick. Nee. You know what? I'm going to give her blue hair, I think. Okay. Now there is a strand that hangs down there funny. I may decide to use a second color and color it something different. Like I said, the idea is to kind of stay with kind of a whimsy to the card. Okay. Okay. Hopefully everybody's Wednesday's been nice. The weather here hasn't been bad. It's warm, and even now it's still warm. It's 77 currently outside here. So it is warm, but it's not so bad that, you can't stand it yet. When that starts, I'll be hibernating. I'll be finding someplace cold. Well, not necessarily cold. Cooler. Let's put it that way. Cooler, for sure. Okay. Almost have your hair. There it is, done. Now we are going to go back in. And I am going to do that strand of her hair yellow. That way it's not all totally yellow, but she does have a strand. There we go. Now, let us see. That might be far enough away I could do that, so I'm going to try. We're going to try taking and making her beautiful dress this really pretty green. Hopefully it's all right. Hard to believe it's almost the end of May. That we'll be going into June soon. Oh, I think that's cute. Okay. All right, now we need to do your wings. And your skin. Skin. Ouch. My skin tone marker's up there, so. Okay, we're going to grab this. I'm going to go ahead and do her skin.
What you can get is within her castle.
All right, so we're getting her kind of to fruition. Oops.
No, basically it starts within the capsule. You can fast travel.
Okay. There's her skin, because I didn't want to go too weird with her skin. Now all that leaves is her wings to do, and let's see. I think I want to do a little bit different here. Let me see. Okay. And then like so. I am going to put, figure out which end. I am going to put a little bit of purple on her wings. I just think she would be pretty with it. Anytime I make a card or anything like that, if you're interested in any of the products I use, if you leave a comment down below the videos, I do answer those comments, and I also read them so that I can answer back to whoever might need answered. Well, soon enough, soon enough. Well, I can't even speak. Soon enough. Soon enough, we should be able to tell what some of this is going to look like. Okay. So I don't think she turned out too badly. Definitely more whimsy than I'm used to. Now, I'm just going to take my purple marker. And I'm just gonna wiggle, 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 all the way around the outside edge there. I'm gonna turn it so that I can do with the wiggles. I'm not worrying about perfection. I just want to make sure that there's some on all sides. Okay, so there is our stamped image area. We're going to bring our card back down. And generally what I want to do is pop this up on some foam so it won't be so flat against that lace. And then we'll have this in place. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to put some down here. And I'm going to come to about here. I want it popped up in the right area too, so. And then I'm going to leave some space. Okay. Now, make sure all of those are down good. Maybe if I can get a hold of stuff today. Alrighty. We have paper backing coming off of our foam adhesive. Now, I'm just carefully pressing along where the foam is to make sure it stays in place. And here's what it looks like so far. Now, I did go ahead and do a sentiment. It says, leave a little sparkle wherever you go. And my sentiment is in the background purple. And I thought we'd probably place it right there. And this one, I think I may go ahead and do flat. I'm gonna go ahead and do it flat. If I can get my tape to work and close. All right. All righty. Now, there's one other thing I thought I would do. Let me get these moved away a little bit. And where did I put it? Oh. Did I pack that away? I don't think I packed it away. Maybe I did. Didn't think I did. I'm thinking now I did. Why wasn't that funny? I thought I left it after that. Well, we'll go a different route. I was going to do one thing. We're going to bring my box of bling down. And, no. I didn't lock that bling. Let me just see what I think would look good on her, because Ooh, those are pretty. Okay, so I think we found our bling. I think we're going to use these little tiny, they're lilac almost stars. And we're going to do some bling on this card. Okay, that was almost weird. There we go. And maybe there. And then a little tiny one I think I want to put right there. And I think that might be all the bling we need on there. Just to give it just a little bit of sparkle, not a lot. Let me go ahead and move. Thank you, Marlene. Let me go ahead and move those back up there. Okay. I thought I had left my sequins out is what I was going to use. But I think I might like that bling better. So I think that works well with our little card. So here's our card. I think it's quite a cute little card. The inside cinnamon I'll write off camera because it's to someone special. So I don't want her to know about it till I'm done with it. So but I will show you the stamps that I used to make that. Let me set that over there. Let me move this. And let me bring it up a bit because this stamp set's not a tiny one. Like I said, though, I have had it for I don't know how many years. It's one of the first stamp sets I think I ever bought. And I think it was from, I think this was AliExpress, actually. But here's the stamp set. And it comes with some sentiments. One of them is leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Make a wish. Happy birthday. Have a magical day. Life is a wonderful fairy tale. And you get all these stamps. And it wasn't too pricey either. I think it was like maybe $2.50. It's one of the few things I bought from AliExpress that I actually can say, yes, I loved it. But what I'm also doing, in case you're wondering why this is in a pocket page protector, is the plastic on these that they package them in is very flimsy and it rips real easy. So I've been trying to take them out of, here's one, this cheap packaging and put them in at least page protectors so that they're more safe, more secure. I also have this one I bought off eBay. It's called Janie's Christmas Kids, 20 acrylic stamps. Let it snow instead of let it snow. So that's how I'm starting to do those. And then I'll put these ones probably up with my magazine ones for card making and stuff. I mean, I'll use them for other things too, probably. But they'll go with the card making. That way I have them and I can use them either way. But like I said, I've been organizing the craft room this week. And boy, how. I mean, like I sorted, it took me 5 hours and I sorted all of my embellishments that are homemade into color family and then holiday family. Like if it was Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, any of that. And then I also did it by pink, yellow, green, blue, turquoise, you name it. So I've really went into heavy organizing that. I've organized my cardstock so that my cardstock is where I can get to it. In case I want to make cards, in case I want to do anything with it. I've really been going into it. I've been trying to organize my stamps a little bit better, pull the bigger ones out of there. I'm going to move them somewhere else. Just trying to organize it and make it so that it feels less cluttered, I guess might be the word. Less cluttered. Because the way that I had it going, everything was just kind of everywhere just to get it put away. And I really didn't want that. And I was looking at ways I could possibly store my ribbon a little different. And I thought about using like curtain rods and hanging them on the wall and then putting the ribbon across those. The only problem is a lot of wall space in here. And the curtain rods are big. So, and if I use a thin curtain rod that's tiny, my ribbon might break it. So, I'm still working on that one. The husband gave me an idea I'm debating on. I just don't know. I might have to have a lot of them. Pardon me, I'm so sorry. Oh, but trying to organize that as well. Trying to get all of my buttons organized and organizing some of my beads. That's it, beads. For that way, when I do want to get into the start doing the jewelry making again, like bracelets or what have you, I can go right to my cupboard and know right where everything's at. And I'm also getting rid of. I had like a lot of like crummy plastic containers. They were that real thin like plastic that just if you bend it the wrong way, then it warps and everything. I was like, okay, I really don't want these. I'd like to put these in something better. So yeah, I've been going through the craft room, fixing things, organizing, and just I think it's a never-ending battle. Really, I do. I think it's a never-ending battle. I know we organized this when we moved everything in here, and then of course I got new pieces and we organized again. Well, this isn't new pieces. This is possible different ways to organize. So I think the organization thing is like a forever ongoing thing. I know that I've told myself anyway, ha 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 ha, that I'm not buying any markers right now. I'm not buying any scrapbook paper right now. I'm not buying any kind of crayons right now. I may break and buy a mechanical set of colored pencils because I want to finish my zebra set my husband started for me. And I've been waiting for the price to come down. So the price is coming down enough that I might break, maybe. But I'm also not trying to buy any ephemera. I'm really like right now. I think my big thing is there's a few dyes that I know I really want to. I think. What else can I? Where's some wood? I think the hubby is going to let me order from Temu next month to test out things and see how it works. I know I have to order his belt. He needs his belt replaced. And I promised the daughter I would get her a strategy guide for her it's not Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacies. But I found some things on Temu that I may not be able to live without. So we'll see. So I'm hoping. And I'm hoping that everything will come in kind of timely and I can get it all up there. I found they have so much stuff over there. Oh my goodness. And I've been watching some Temu hauls. Seeing what people are hauling different things and for using different ways and I'm telling you. I know there's a couple of background stamps that I was looking at, the bigger background stamps. And they have some stamps and dies, and they have some charms. There's just all kinds of things. Yeah. I went on there and I thought I was going to spend 5 minutes, right? I thought I was going to spend 5 minutes looking, right? That's all I was going to give myself, 5 minutes. You don't want to know what 5 minutes turned into. It was awful. I could load me up a big old heavy cart in there. And the prices are what got me. Like I'm praying that if I get to make this order, when the stuff comes, everything will work. That I won't have any oopsie daisies. I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be mistakes here and there, but I'm crossing my fingers there won't be any off stuff. That it'll all come and like the dies will work and the stamps will work and the charms won't be broken, and I really hope. I'm hoping. Because I'm really tickled. I wanna make this order. Oh, I wanna make this order. Oh boy. Although if it's good though, watch out. Watch out. I may find a new love if it's good. So yeah, I'm crossing my fingers. But I noticed they have the double-sided tape, and it's, oh my god, it's so much cheaper. It's so much cheaper. I couldn't believe it. It's like, wow, if I'd known that, I would have bought my double-sided tape there. So I'm just like, I've looked at so many things. They have a Tim Holtz. That's what it is. Tim Holtz die there. Now I don't know if it'll be the same size. I don't know if it'll work as good. I don't know any of that. Or if it's actually Tim Holtz's. I have no idea. But I keep looking at it. I keep going back and forth, going back and forth, going back and forth. Because I want it, but I also want other things. So it's like nee. I feel like I'm on a teeter-totter, trying to figure out which one thing I want to get. And it's not gonna be one thing, obviously. But I mean, like, once you get a list, you have to go, okay, here's my budget. And my budget's not as big as their stores are. So yeah, I think I'm going to end up getting lost in there. I think it's going to be a rabbit hole, is what I really think. I think it'll be a rabbit hole, and I think that I'll end up falling down the rabbit hole. It's just one of those things that I find too many pretties. I even saw really cute snowman necklace where it's like the pearls, and then it has like the separator bead, and like there's a big pearl down here, then the separator bead, then another pearl, and then I think it even had like a hat made out of beads. And for the necklace, I think they only wanted $3. So it's like, yeah. But I've been looking at their charms and their dies and their stamps and and I just, oh my goodness, 5 minutes turned into like 2 hours. And I mean, I was like, okay, you got to get off here. And then I went in to look the next day just to see if they had double-sided tape on a Fluke, right? Because I was like, well, I know I'm going to have to order some more soon, but do they have it? So I put in double-sided tape to go see. Oh my word. Hello, Marianne. How are you, dear? But yeah, so like it was a Fluke. I went and looked up double-sided tape on Temu. Sorry, wow. And they had it. They had lots of it. They even have alien tape on Temu. And I was like, wow, you really want to stick something, you're using that. So I was really looking like, oh, like I said, I found some dies I really want to get there. I found stamps I really want to get there. They have, oh. And I know it's not Christmas, okay, but we're going to live in Fantasyland for a minute. They have my ginger stamps there that I want. The little gingerbread people, they have them. So I was like, that's it. I was like, that's awful. I got to get out of here. Because I found the gingerbread people. Then I found my gnomes that I love. I love gnomes. I don't know why. I just do. Then I found this really super cute mouse stamp, and oh god, I pray they have that one. But it's really super cute. Then they have this little chef stamp. He's supposed to be about yay big, I guess. And he's the kind of chefs that I like to have in my kitchen. So I'm just like, ugh. So I'm just like, I saw too many things. I was telling the hubby, I said, geez, look at the price here compared to the price here, And I just couldn't even believe it. The price was astounding. Like, I'm not kidding. I had the same exact stamp set priced out on Amazon. Okay? And I could not believe the price drop from Amazon to Temu. And I was like, wait, this is the same stamp. Why is there such a big difference? And I was sitting there and I looked at it for like 20 minutes going, wait a minute, is this exactly the same? Is there a stamp change somewhere? Exactly the same. Exactly the same. And I was just blown away. And I'm like, oh my word. Well, if this is cheaper, I wonder if this is cheaper. And then I got the rabbit hole theme going where you have to go check this over here. Oh no. Well, now I have this over here though. But I wonder if they have it over here though. And oh, like I said, 5 minutes turned into 2 hours. So yeah. So it was one of those things where I even told the hubby, said, look here what they got. Look here. So he's all like laughing at me and stuff. So, but he told me, he goes, okay, he goes, we can try it. He goes and see, how it works and stuff. He goes, hopefully everything will work out fine. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I promise it's not anybody. It's just, it's been a warm day and warm and then changing. It's, yeah. But no, I like that rabbit hole has enticed me for months now. And at first I thought, no, they're not going to have anything I want. But then I got to looking, and they have the big thing. Since we go on a lot of walks outside in the summer, and spring, summer, fall when it's nice, I found the squeezy bottle water things for the dogs, where it has the little like bowl on the end of it, so you squeeze the water out of the bottle down into the bowl, and they can drink it. And I have one of those on my wish list. Yeah, you betcha. Not wish list, but cart. Because we've been talking about when we take Brownie out, how are we supposed to give him water? Because you put the water in your hand, he doesn't really get the water. So we were looking at that, and there was so many things. Like, I could not believe it. So I told him, I said, oh, I think I need to make an order. So I think I really need to make an order there. So I think that's what's going to happen. So the only thing that I know they didn't have, and I did look, I actually looked 3 different times, is I was looking for a paper distressor. Like Tim Holtz has them, and you run them along the side of your papers, and they like rough up the edges some to give it a little bit of texture. I noticed Temu did not have that. So that was kind of, yeah, I wish you had it, but, I understand not having it. But like I said, I found charms, and I found stamps, and I found dies, and I found double-sided tape, and my goodness, the things I found. So yeah, it's one of those things that I'm really excited about that. So hopefully June will be my first Temu haul. So I'm excited. I am. I just want to try it so bad and see if the stuff is really worth it. I'm hoping. I'm praying. But I guarantee you, once I dive in that rabbit hole, if it's good, like people are hauling clothing, and they're just, I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, really? This one lady I know hauled like water shoes for her and her whole family. And I guess they were on what do they call it, a flash deal, a fast deal or something like that. And normally we give like $10 for a pair of water shoes here. $10. And they last one summer. So we've been debating, because we wear water shoes in the summer here. So we've been debating going there and getting our water shoes, because she said that the shoes were fine. She said they work just fine. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, if you can get water, why wouldn't we do it? $3 compared to 10. So, but we were looking at that and talking about that, and I know there's like they have leggings. I'm just a little bit. I don't know how they work. Like, is a large? Excuse me. Is a large a large? Is it a medium? Is it? Because their leggings are also cheaper, and I was thinking about it. Because my daughter loves leggings, so. And I didn't even look at sweatshirts yet. I hadn't even went down that hole yet. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to try, that's for sure. Because I mean, AliExpress, like I said, some of the sellers on AliExpress did really well. I never had any trouble. But then they had some that every time I ordered, it was just a headache. So I'm wondering if Temu will be better. So, and I'm hoping. Oh, pardon me, good gracious, what's wrong with me tonight? So yeah, and I mean, there's tons of things I've seen on their like opening page, and I've been like, well, I don't know what that's used for. But then the hubby will look and go, hey, did you see this? So it may be a thing where if everything I get in the first order works and it's not broken and this, that, and the other, they may become our new favorite place. So, because like I said, we found in Brownie that dog water thing. And there's all kinds of things I've seen that, oh my goodness, I could just go nuts for, especially organizing type stuff. So we're thinking, because spending tons of money for a die, it's kind of ouchy. I mean, if I'm having to spend $10 a die or even higher, I'm not getting many dies. So, and even stamps now are getting high. And then I just read a thing, where was it, Facebook? Or Instagram? Maybe both. Where in, I think it's June, Amazon is raising the price on all coloring books. So if it was normally a $5 book, it'll now be $6 or $7. If it was normally a $20 book, it'll be $21 or $22 to get it. So I was like, oh, that's not what I want to hear. I don't want prices to go up. I'd rather them come down. So I know some of the coloring book artists are talking about pulling their books and making websites and different odd things because they don't want to have to charge their customers the amount that Amazon is going to want to charge, because Amazon is charging more for their printer, ink, and I don't remember what the other thing was. Printer, ink, and something. But the quality of the paper and stuff isn't going to change. So you're paying more just because they're printing it. So I was like, that doesn't float my boat. I don't want to have to pay more just because, well, yeah, it costs more to print. I mean, if you're printing 600 books and each book is $4, I'm sure you're making back your printing cost. But that's something that I've looked at a lot lately is how places are having to raise the prices on certain things. So I know that we're looking to cut down the cost in some areas so that there's money for other things. We've even talked about possibly cutting our cable bill down. Not that we have that much cable-wise. So it's one of those things where everything went up, so now you got to cut back. So it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And I noticed there's people on Facebook posting, what do they call them, Depression era food. Today I saw like a Depression era cake. It took like, I think it was 3 ingredients. And then there was a Depression era bread. I want to say I think it was a bread. That was like 2 or 3 ingredients. So, I mean, I like low ingredient stuff that you can make, but I'm not going to run around and post Depression era stuff. I mean, I don't know any. So that, that wouldn't do me any good anyway. But, it's like a lot of the folks are actually worried about that happening again. So it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out, I guess. Hopefully they will soon. I hope. But it is almost 8, and I should probably let you ladies go and do what you need or want. I thank you all for coming in. I thank you for spending time with me and not getting bored with me. And I hope you enjoyed the little card. I think that it turned out cute. I mean, it was my first time doing the whole lace wraparound like that. But I think that, the recipient will enjoy it. I really think so. So, at least I hope. But yeah, so I had fun. I think cards are going to be more of a start showing up more. But please, my friends, remember, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are loved. Well, thank you very much, Marianne. Please don't forget, when you can, pay it forward. You don't know when you might need it back. Be kind, please. Everyone is going through something. A kind word could make someone's day so much better. And stay safe out there. The world is absolutely nutso. Let's not add to the nutso. Let's try to bring it back to sanity. Until next time, thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate it greatly, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Mwah.